Hello guys, it's your friend Anne here from Caffeine-Free Live channel. And happy Friday to everyone and welcome to all the new subscribers. So, if you are new to my channel, I share here everything about coffee and caffeine information. I help caffeine quitters in their recovery journey. I also do other kind of lives. I speak about conspiracy stuff, freedom. I do all kind of exercise lives, and I speak about health and the healing power of our own body, which is pretty amazing. But today I just wanted to share a little bit this information because every now and then I just feel that I have to share this stuff because new people are always arriving in this journey and many people are so much like having doubt about this topic and not are aware the danger of this number one drug called caffeine. So that's why I wanna keep doing this work and I'm excited to always be here with you. So I'm gonna just start today to show you one article. We're gonna just go through that a little bit. You can come chat and comment anything if you want. Always also put something in the chat if my voice is working or not. There is a little bit problem with this mic. Even I couldn't fix it. Like sometimes my voice just get disappeared like a few seconds, and that is something that I just cannot fix. It's probably because this connection, but let's hope that you will get something out from this live. And always remember, everything that I share here in my channel is about my own experience. But again, facts are facts. Like there are certain facts about caffeine that are purely facts, but my experience is of course my own and things that I have learned about other people and their recovery journey. So take some water and I really hope you enjoy this live with me. And there comes also a little bit other poisons today that I wanna speak about that YouTube is not letting me do, but let's see if I can put things out so this video will be not disappear. All right, so we're gonna start here. Let's put this window there and I also will put this chat there widely open. So no, I did lost that one. Sorry guys, I have to open the new one. Don't worry, I have this a little bit. I had already everything was ready here and now I have to open this again, but don't worry, I will find that. I just keep you company a little bit before I do. There, open, yes. This is not my strength, and there I'm gonna just hit this. I would happy to have some kind of like computer assistant here. Okay, and then I'm gonna go with the with window capture, of course, yes, and done, and it should be there. It is okay. And now I'm just gonna put it a little bit bigger so you can see, and there we're gonna just go from here. We have to start to share all this information because so many people still believe that caffeine gives them energy and it gives them boost, and people even believes those health benefits that caffeine is good for the Alzheimer. And as we know here in my channel, that's all about the propaganda and bullshit. So let's get from here. So this is the article that says that these 13 little known facts about coffee, but I replace, again, I have to do that, replacing this word coffee with caffeine, because that's also one little thing that our world is not waking yet. So let's start this. Let's start this. It says you are not going to like this one a bit. You've been lied about the health benefits of coffee, and I replaced that word again with caffeine. Okay, so hope you hear my voice. So caffeine is an already many of us we know. So the coffee plant uses caffeine in the coffee pods to kill surrounding plants, so coffee plant can attain more sunlight and grow larger. Caffeine is a pesticide which causes genetic termination in living cells that come into contact with it. Do you wanna take that kind of poison? Proper not. Okay, let's go. Let's go number two. MRI images taken before and after 1 cup of coffee showed a decrease in blood flow to brain by 45%. We have been speaking about this many times in my channel. You probably already know that. But as I always say, the number with people who have caffeineism and who have been highly users, it can be much more larger. When the blood flow reduction was measured exactly, it was actually 52 less blood flow, 52% less blood flow to the brain after just 1 small cup of coffee. So there all the naysayers who always, yeah, but the 1 cup is nothing. Yes, indeed it is, and it leads also the daily use of 1 cup of coffee will lead to state of caffeineism and poisoning and addiction. And in that state, we are not ever gonna talk about moderation, because that's are not going to help my caffeine addicts. No. And I always hear the caffeine addicts say, yeah, but I cannot do moderation. Of course not, because we are an addicts. How could we do a moderation? All right. Then we go to the third one, and there there is that scary scalp. That's how it is. But we are so blind to this drug, because the effects of caffeine are like a medicine. Like even the heroin and cocaine and caffeine are all the related plants. They are all the related each other. Relatives. Relative is the word. Sorry, mine. So. Number 3, brain imaging studies of chronic coffee drinkers showed they presented the same degradation of their brain as chronic alcoholic cigarette smokers, Parkinson's patients, and marijuana users. That say the Daily Mail. Okay, but now this is where we are going. Number 4, coffee can cause an urge to move one's bowels, because this is one way the body tries to eliminate the poison from the system. Guys, what does the body does when you drink poison? This is like, for me, this have to be common sense now. It wasn't before, but it's a common sense when you recover from the addiction that your body tries eliminate the poison, and it does that all the time if we drink or take any form of caffeine. That's how incredible our body is, and that's why I say the symptoms are healing symptoms, because that's what they really are. Body is always wise. The wisdom is there. The sudden urge to poo after drinking coffee is one of the body's defense mechanism to poison. Okay, guys, so many of us, we know this one. We know, every caffeine addict know this one, that they drink, maybe they are working, they drink their cup of stress, and then they are like, oh, I have to go to the bathroom, or bathroom, because also the fight or flight state is causing you to that you have to pee all the time, anxiety also. Hi, Andrea. Yes, in the long term, yes, that's my experience that I have seen with caffeine addicts. But that's my intake on that. But how are you doing there? Nice to see you. Okay, So then we know all this pooping stuff, and that's what I also, if you are recovering caffeine addict and you have a lot of these stomach issues, these are just now again so common in withdrawal and post a good withdrawal journey, that people are having detox poop, like baby poop, yellow poop, all kind of stomach issues. Also those of us who end up this anxiety burnout, falling off the mountain journey after quitting caffeine, and like we have that high anxiety. Remember, anxiety itself can cause a lot of all kind of stomach issues, and acid reflux, burping, pooping, diarrhea, constipation. That's very common symptom. That all will pass when you recover. Just know that while you are caffeine addict, it's normal if you have stomach issues, because the body is trying to eliminate the toxin, but also in withdrawals, all kind of stomach issues are normal. And remember, the brain is doing that rewiring, and it's anxious while it's healing. So just know that will pass. I know it's annoying, and I know many guys have that, including me. I had that, like I know, and I have been sharing in my videos. Okay. Coffee increases energy. This is like, I'm like always like, how in the hell we are living in 2024 and still people are thinking caffeine gives you energy? So let's dive deep in it. Caffeine increases energy by the human fight or flight metabolic response. Like that Cross-Grant said, the lights are on, the eyes are open, but there is really nobody home. The lights are on, the eyes are open, and nobody is home. Because of the body is afraid of the caffeine-based poison. Yeah, but body, if you give coffee to the animal or dog, if you give, I don't recommend ever to do that, but like animals, even if they smell a cup of coffee, they are like, what the hell is that? Like you can see their reaction. So guys, here again, coffee doesn't give energy, it removes it from the body. It removes the energy from the body. And just a little, yeah, seems that this is working. And right away, if you are there and my voice disappears, please let me know. Probably nobody really is now watching this. Okay, but now we did put that false fact in order. We have to put these false facts in order. So fight or flight, or actually I'm gonna dive a little bit more in that. Even I have been fight or flight or freeze, fight or flight, flan or freeze. So remember, you have been probably seen people who drink coffee or take caffeine, and they are like, they have the rapid heart, they can have like the rapid speaking. Also, this is one that many doesn't know, that people who take some kind of poisons, and caffeine is just one of the poison, and we're gonna go other poisons a little bit later in this live. So like, just let you know that caffeine is the one of the poison that the bad elite wants to keep us dumb, because it makes us dumb and sick. But that's one, and then when we go through this, we're gonna go other ones. So, and of course many people doesn't like me to share this, but this is what I do now. This is what I do. It's part of this conspiracy stuff, which is way more larger than just this. It's way more larger. Many people doesn't know that. Okay, so where we were. So it removes energy from the system, leaving the person progressively more and more exhausted each day that passes, therefore setting up the world's most dangerous energy stimulation addiction, coffee dependence for energy. And yes, that fight or flight state. So many people who start to speak like very rapidly after caffeine, that's also the natural reaction, our body to get rid of that poison and try to calm the system, whatever it needs to do, because you know, when you go in that stress state, that stress have to come out in some way. So body is so wise. So even speaking, like I always say, it's try to detox and balance the system in every single hole and every single way that the body knows. So that's pretty cool for me, because I always see this in that sense, that how our body is so amazing and wise. It doesn't do anything without the reason. Okay, so coffee dependence for energy. That is what so many people have. So very typical. This is seen like, let's say that you are working, you go to work, you take that 1 cup in the morning, then your blood sugar starts to spike on, you get anxious or irritability, you crave some sweets or carbohydrates, you just are like, because before your first crash, because you need your drug, and then you end up taking more caffeine or eating some junk, or maybe taking some other drugs, because caffeine is a gay drug. So then it's just, you're gonna go more deeper in that cycle, and of course you're gonna need that next dose. So that's how the addiction works. So just we have to remember that. Okay, the 6. When the fight or flight response is triggered in the body, the lower IQ centers of the brain. So this is what I like, and this is what I have been also diving deep. So the primal part of the brain, cave brain, the limbic system, the lizard brain. That's what we go in now. So the lower IQ centers of the brain are activated, as well as hormonal systems in control of aggression, violence, irrational and illogical making, jealously, illogical decision making. That's, I think it would read like illogical decision making, jealousy, rage, anger, fear, and paranoia. So when those primal parts of the brain are there working, and you cannot use that prefrontal cortex and make those logical decisions and think before do, and creativity and stuff, it's gonna keep you just stuck in that very emotional state and survival state, which in the long term, in this caffeineism addiction, will lead you in the place that can be a lot of all about survival and getting in some problems, like we know. It's not nice to have been jealous or rage and anger or fear or paranoia, like many women have the PMS symptoms, and they are not aware that caffeine can cause that. Okay, so coffee, caffeine again, not coffee, caffeine, also coffee, but it's caffeine, generates lower end mental functioning, with a side of every negative emotional response the body can generate. Yep. So do you have anything to plus in that? Anything to plus in that, guys? Okay, then 7. Let's see the chat really widely. Yeah, okay. So seems that this is working. When measured 1, coffee activated the fight or flight response for 3 consecutive weeks, even though no other caffeine was consumed after that 1 cup of coffee. So 1 cup of coffee poisons the body for 3 consecutive weeks on this decreasing scale. Sorry about my English, but there you see. So 8. When caffeine. Yes, now we are on it. When caffeine is consumed, the limbic part of the brain is hyperactivated and the higher learning centers of the mind inhibited. The limbic part of the brain is only concerned, and now, guys, this is where we go. This is where we go and what we see all around in our society. With sex, reproduction, protection of territory, food, acquisition, and personal safety. That's about that. When our body keeps us safe, and are you using that like those primal parts of the brain. So the prefrontal cortex is really, really important when we have to, like, if we want to enjoy the life in it's all what it can give, like, that's what we need to have, the decision making, and that we can use our logic and understanding. And that's why the sentence "coffee make us dumb and sick" it's really true. So the limbic portion of the brain is the most primitive and least developed, like I said, portion of the mind complex. When you want to outsmart or dominate another person, and this was the evil elite comes in the picture. I think they know, okay, this is a billion dollar business, of course, but this is something that those who are in the power, they do know this. They do know this. Of course they do. They know all this. Weak humans, it's easy to use them as slaves. So when you want to outsmart or dominate another person, it's best that their limbic system is activated, because it brings them to the mental state equal to that of a child. But even that, like, it's like, it just makes you even more stupid than any child. So because children are not stupid, they are very wise. But humans who are under the state of caffeineism years and years, and those go up, they are not getting any wiser. Okay, we're gonna go to number 9. The birth control pill inhibits clearing of ingested caffeine. This effect is increased dramatically by alcohol or painkiller use. So, therefore causing many cases of caffeine poisoning which get treated as other things. They get treated as other things once the person reaches the hospital. Wow! We did know all this, guys. We did all know this, but many doesn't know. They go in the hospital, but nobody says how it is. Okay, and then we go number 10. So we have to remember that caffeine and all the medicines and all the, like, when you take caffeine and medicines together, what that can cause, it's like that can cause hell of a lot issues to the body and the mind. So then coffee is proven to cause enlarged prostate, high anxiety. High anxiety, that one I know. That was what I did get from that drug. Not everyone, but depression, birth defect, pain syndromes, unnatural breathing patterns, brain damage. I always speak about brain damage and how the recovery can feel that you have serious brain damage or brain injury. That's how it goes for many, but we do heal, we really do. Hyperactivity, learning disorders from the brain damage, behavior disorders, fatigue, certain types of cancer, Crohn's, IBS, colitis, carpal tunnel ulcers, lower iron, heart disease, headaches, PMS, increased incidence of muscle and tendon injury, joint pain, that indeed we know, heart attack, stroke, TIAs, mini stroke, and that is a short list. Yippee, we are already number 10. I'm getting already like, yes, we need to continue. I need to continue this work. Okay, so we are gonna go number 11. Let's check the chat. Yeah, nothing. Okay. Coffee causes fat gain, cellulite, because by triggering body's fight or flight system, which any poison or threat does. So any poison or threat does. Like this is like the jabs does that, and other poisons like like there are chemtrails in the air that they do by purpose to poisoning us. There are a lot of poisons, but we go in there. But this is eventually changed the body's primary fuel source requirement to one of fat. So the cortisol belly is very common in caffeine addiction, but also in recovery. I had cortisol belly in my recovery, and it was weird because I didn't have any other fat gain, so I didn't like that. But that was the least problem that I had. That was the least tiniest problem I can say in my recovery. The cortisol belly. The more problems for me caused the high anxiety and all that shit. But okay, we have to remember that we do heal. That's how the body heals. Some people they cannot stand that. That's why they go back to the drug. Yeah, so when the body is threatened, it prefers fat as its primary fuel source over sugar or protein. Fat is then the most beneficial the fuel for the body in that state. So constant activation of the body's fight or flight system via the daily ingestion of caffeine poison aids in the metabolic shift to fat storage and fat conversion, because again the body prepares fat as fuel source when fighting any toxic intruder, because fat contains 9 calories per gram for the fight as opposite to 4 calories per gram housed by sugar and protein. So welcome to the land of caffeine induced fat gain, weight gain and cellulite. Caffeine also destroys muscle as the body purposely flushes muscle when it's poisoned. This makes sense to facilitate additional fat storage. So this is something that I hear that some people, when they quit caffeine and they heal, they start to gain more muscle. And that is of course the healthy sign. And in recovery that is also the problem for many, like it was also to me. So we're gonna go number 12. Coffee again. Caffeine blocks iron absorption. We know a lot of women have this iron deficiency. What is the word? Deficiency. Like iron is low, and many doesn't know this correlation, causing the vast majority of anemia today. Like this low ferritin all the time. But what does the doctor say? Yeah, it's completely normal that you can take your 5 cups of coffee a day. So the entire treat of caffeine in general includes caffeine. This is where I like. This is what I like. This is what Anni likes very much, because this is very important to know. Threat of caffeine in general includes caffeines, teas, chocolate, caffeine-based energy drinks, caffeine-based pre-workout drinks, and over 2,000 over-the-counter prescription medications that purposely include caffeine. Purposely. Chocolate included, cacao included, like everything. We have to understand this. If we wanna get rid of the addiction, we have to quit the poison. Like, quit the poison, you will heal. Okay, probably many people are already bored in this my preaching, but I'm just started to getting like speed with this. Okay, and investigation conducted by the author of the most extensive book on coffee ever written reviewed almost every scientific research piece regarding coffee, and his conclusion was that there absolutely no scientific evidence whatsoever that coffee provides any health benefits to the human body on any level, in any he openly declares that any positive promotion of coffee consumption, let's go back, caffeine consumption, is a blatant lie, doing grave harm to entire society. The publication of any positive effects of coffee are false and all can be tracked back to a very powerful covert and secret coffee lobby which has both commercial and ruling family origins. Indeed, interesting. The author reversed the research in the book at his added link. How many coffee shops have opened in your town in the last 20 years? And there is all the time more and more coffee shops opening. All the time. So why they are lying about caffeine? Think of government and how governing a brain damaged population, it's easier than governing a healthy population. Start there and keep connecting the dots. Coffee, and like I said, caffeine is only one brain damaging weapon used against uniformed slave class. One brain damaging weapon. And then we're gonna go the 10 most popular brain damaging weapons used against the slave class. In order of us use are jabs. I have seen so many people getting very, very ill. Even some of the close ones that I know because of those. Those are really horrible stuff. They can take your life very rapidly. Second, caffeine and caffeine products. 3, alcohol. 4, medical drugs. 5, sugar, and I would say this like the processed sugar. 6, fluoride. 7, cigarettes. 8, processed junk foods and genetically modified food. Sorry, my English. Yes, I will put the article, Petteri. Wait a minute, I will link that. Wait a minute. I will put that there, and I also put that in the chat there. So yeah, but I will add that there. So now we are here. So I did read like this is important. So jabs are there, the number one, and that is very important because those are the stuff that like what we have been seeing. Like they just cause so much like stuff to people, like losing their life and like brain damage, nerve damage, all kind of like heart issues. What I have seen, blood clots. Also, what I have seen some of my close ones that they are just sick all the time. Their body is trying to treat detox, but they never fully like heal, like all kind of. But this is all already. I hope people already know this. I really hope that people are starting to get aware of this because it's a huge thing. But okay, we were like fluoride cigarettes, junk foods, like and genetically modified foods. This is also interesting. So there's gonna be like this is gonna be in the future that there's gonna be just more and more this food crap out there. So just like my intake. Hi Chris, hi and welcome. Hope you are doing good and really nice to see you. So this food junk stuff, like people are always like arguing about diets, but for me this is like the food is not rocket science. Like just eat normal food, and your body knows how to take like nutrients for the normal like non-processed food. Whatever diet works for you. For me it works. I eat meat, eggs, berries, veggies. Sometimes I eat pizza. Sometimes I eat things that I don't consider food, like junk, like pizzas or chips. But my body now knows how to detox. But what I don't put in my body ever, I don't want to put these drugs. But everything is like everything is very like easy. Things are not so, like people make things so, everything is so hard because people make things hard. Like life, God make us very simple. We are very simple creatures in the end of the day. Like our body knows what to do. It wants to be healthy. It's supposed to be healthy, energized, taking nutrients from the food. It knows what it does. And like, yeah, but these poisons and medicines and all have make our society very weak. And it have been happening very, very long time. Okay, so what is the conclusion of all of this? So if you ever post a question, why are people so stunned as to not figure any of this out? Like many people, like sometimes we are just like, why people are not figuring this out? Like why they are not figuring out? So you are missing the point that the brain damage of the slave class is the primary agenda of the ruling 1%. So if the primary agenda is putting the people to go through the brain damage, so you can think about that a little bit. So coffee and jabs are the elites 1 to 2 punch within Operation Brain Damage. Operation Brain Damage. Let's see when I say this aloud, how long my life is gonna be here in the YouTube. I hope that very long. I hope that very long. Down here in the human form. The best slave is a brain damaged slave, unable to think or care for themselves without the help from slave master. So that's where we are heading of using all these other pills and other poisons, because when you like, and I always say, I speak about myself and what I have been seeing. I was a caffeine addict, and if I would have continued, I don't know if I would be here anymore. But what I can say in my addiction years, that I surely can like know that state that when you are just being poisoned and you are not aware of things, you are just like running around of all kind of things. And I can say that if like I was so not aware that even that caffeine was a drug. So how are these other people who are taking all kind of stuff? Just throwing these stuff with my a little bit poor English here. So a helpless population guarantees a need for the government. So let's say that if our population was very powerful, we're supposed to be free and powerful, healthy, we would make healthy kids, and we all have healthy food, and we could live like peace with nature and breathe health like pure air, and there wouldn't be any of these jabs and stuff because we don't need that kind of shit. So our society would be so much healthier and powerful, so we wouldn't need anyone to slave us, or that wouldn't happen. This is why the ruling families do everything in their power to create helpless population day in and day out. Government exists because they perpetually create the conditions of their own existence. Yes, mean. I started to speak Finnish already. Yeah, these are the things that I want to speak out. No matter, you can always make your own decisions and what do you think about this. But this is what my heart is guiding me to share information. So ancient ruling families who masquerade as a modern altruistic governments are not there to help people progress, evolve, or become more. You live on a chemically controlled, slave-based control grid. Yeah, that doesn't sound very nice. Coffee and again, caffeine is just another massive lie inside the human control operation. Wants to shut the human farm down. Want to really become more than the stereotypical diseased, overweight, disempowered, depressed, and dysfunctional human mess. Reject the poisons. And Jason, it says, thanks Jason Christoph for posting this on Facebook. Read Caffeine Blues, Wake Up the Hidden Dangers of American #1 drug. And I will add, of course, this to my video link. So, okay, that was that was my happy Friday wishing to you. Yes, let's put this out. Let's put this out, and if ever anyone wants to chat a little bit, I'm here. So that was one thing that I just wanted to share. I just like think that would be good. Of course, in my Discord, I link there pretty much all kind of information, so you are always warmly welcome there if you want. But you know, this is also one thing that I wanna go a little bit peeling my orange same time. Even people would have all this information, and now I speak about addicts, even if people would have all this information, it's not the information really that is only thing that's gonna help. The person itself have to make the change, and we cannot change anyone else but us, not anyone else. And usually what I have been seeing and experienced myself, that something have to happen before the change happened. That's how the people usually end up doing something. I would hope that with this information, people would, and young people would think that, oh, I have been lied about this world's #1 drug, caffeine, and I could now stop this poison before I will end up to deep state of caffeineism, when it's much more harder to do that. That's what I would hope, and that's why the young people and kids are so close to my heart, and that's why I want to share this information also. But it is that many people who end up, especially in this really like how would I say this, falling off the mountain, this anxiety burnout, because this drug and these post-acute withdrawals, those people are kind of were forced in that journey. But the best gift in that is that those people are usually not ever gonna go back in the drug, because the experience was so heavy that they just remember that. They remember that. They do remember they don't want to waste any more time with this drug. Why would they want to waste time? Because if all their life they have had problems like anxiety, depression, mood swings, PMS, why would they want to spend any more time? But then some people who necessarily doesn't have maybe so much problems, or they are not aware, or they are not wanting to wait even more than 1 week to see any more benefits, and it's easier to them to go back in the drug because it's possible for them. And I do want to remind some people doesn't know that for some people who have ended up this, for example, this burnout, this kind of journey what I went through and many I went through, for them there is no possibility to go back to the drug. It's just the body just say no more. So it can be if they try to go, even if they would even try to go, their body wouldn't take the drug anymore. And that's, for me, it's a positive sign. It's a good sign, because if you end up this called kindling, this is the term that many alcoholics know, but it's like, why wouldn't we use that with caffeine recovery? It's because it's mostly the same. So let's say that you end up doing this back and forth, years and years and years and years. So your brain always thinks that you're gonna go back in the drug. And that can be even harder to quit, like permanently, because if you do that years and years, you go back and forth. And there were studies about alcoholics that have done this kindling, that the studies say that it was like causing the more brain damage, and like it make the recovery journey longer for those who have been kindling really long time. So I can share that one if I find where was that about the kindling, if somebody is interested, but just keep that in mind. So again, I just hope and if you do relapse, and let's go a little bit about relapsing. So okay, you are in this journey, you have been healing, starting to heal, but you still are like, I'm still not normal, something is still wrong or off, or you have the brain fog or disconnection on and off. You feel that something is still off. You know when you feel off. Everyone's know when you feel off in this journey, because it's difficult to do then anything, work, study, anything. Nobody wants to feel off. So the caffeine quitters in recovery, it puts them to doubt, and that's of course is always, there is a possibility to go the relapse. But okay, let's say that you will relapse, like you would take something and it would make you feel maybe euphoric, or I don't know how you would react to caffeine. It depends on person. Some people say when they relapse that first they feel like, if they have been quite some time without, they feel like euphoric or very, very like anxious or rushed, or like they feel like they are drugged. Even before, when they have been caffeine users, they didn't really feel the effects, because of course when the brain have been doing rewiring some months, if you have been some months or years off and then you go back, it's like, of course you're gonna react probably in different way. But okay, it doesn't matter, okay, if you do that, but then you go back to the track, like you will maybe able to do that. That's so much more better than if you end up like just using and you go back to the state of caffeineism and chronic poisoning. So what I mean by that, you just start to use that drug again. So just keeping that in mind, and just I want to let you know that I'm here to support you and motivate you. I know the journey is not easy, it's sure not easy, and that's why we need to have this information and this support, and we can share all this information. That's pretty much what live our lives, because we always have to still, when you recover, you are not scared about speak your own journey, or you are not like I always say, people ask me, Anni, do I have PTSD about this experience? Those one who have the burnout or falling off the mountain, do I have PTSD? What if I will have always this? No, naturally you will go back to living, and some point you don't really think about the experience, but you do remember what happened to you in the positive way, so you cannot go back to the addiction. But then of course you don't need my videos, or probably you are not so interested about this information, because you have so much to catch on. You have so much to catch on life. That's what I feel too. Some days, like I said, I go to the place where I just cry, because this makes me emotional, because how much connected I feel about things, about people, and about family. And it's hell of a beautiful thing being disconnected so long, and after that you really also start to understand yourself in addiction in the better way than while you were recovering, because you start to understand your old habits and patterns that you have to still work on after addiction. If there is some like unhealthy patterns or habits or relationships or whatever, this all gonna come face. You have to face all this stuff. It's not fun, but it depends. Some people doesn't have the same amount of trauma or whatever, and we are all different, but this is the natural process that happens to many, that they just want to better their life. They start to, like for some of us, before this, for example, we had kind of healthy habits. We were exercising. We wanted to live healthy. Maybe some people didn't have. We are different. So then maybe you want to focus all about bettering your life. So you want to add the good stuff in your life, meaning you want to start to exercise, you want to take care of your body, you want to start eating healthy and facing your emotions, not taking anything. But again, like I said, not everyone is ready to do that. And we shouldn't be judging those people. Because again, we don't know what they have gone through. And like I said, this for me, I'm just sharing here. I'm sharing, I'm not judging. This is very important to me to say. Yes, I'm doing good. Yes, more improvements. So yeah, I have started my Pilates training school. So after this summer, hopefully I will graduate being Pilates instructor. So it's a lot of work and I'm excited about things. Like I said in last live, that I do have sometimes those moments that I'm more tired, but then what works for me is taking a naps when that tiredness come. Like, of course, it's natural. You don't go run the marathon after the burnout. Like I always said, you don't run marathon after the burnout. But I'm really happy that I can do things. And yeah, I don't wake up anxious. I feel overall more healthy, that I have more energy. I still need to eat though. Like, it's like I don't feel like fasting or anything. I know that some people have said that this is also the part of the process, that for example, if I go to the gym and I do the workout, and if there have been also some amount of cardio after the workout, I feel that I wanna right away eat banana or take something like banana or something, and then I feel good. So this is really interesting. Like, but maybe I don't know, maybe it's normal or maybe it's part of the recovery, but that's what I'm noticing, that food is still something that my body sometimes like asking me, and I also feel that energy comes from the food. Yeah, and my sleep is finally, it's so much better, so that waking up is mild. I do wake up one time peeing, but that's pretty much normal. But I do think that my sleep will even improve more. I have heard some people have said that they have still some sleep stuff on and off up till 5 years. So it's just saying that if you still have something like this, and those of who are on this recovery, you already know what is like this caffeine stuff. It's easier to you to know when you start to recover more, when your symptoms go just less and less. You just know, you just start to like trust that process. Whenever you have those moments that you are disconnected or are more tired, you just know that okay, this will pass. I'm just gonna go and rest, because resting is important. It is important in this journey because it takes energy to heal. But what I don't like, and many things that I don't like anything that somebody start to scare people in this recovery. Because if I would have to go through this again, I would do my exercise. Probably even more than I did, because the fear that I had was all anxiety. It's all anxiety. Anxiety caused the fear, it caused the doubt. We do heal. If you exercise more than normally, of course the flare-ups can be a little bit more heightened, so you're gonna be more tired or exhausted or whatever. But if that's something, let's say that exercise is something that makes you wanna do that and it makes you feel better, I wouldn't let anyone to fear you. Like if you have check yourself in the doctor, you are a healthy person, you have everything, your blood test, everything is good. Like, do anything that you wanna do going through your days, and try to empower you with the good videos and positive videos. Even you know all the facts of caffeine. You don't have to go watch videos all the time what caffeine does. Some of you who are in this recovery, you don't have to do that. You already know. This what I'm sharing, this is the newbies and people who doesn't know anything about what caffeine does. That's why I'm sharing also this info stuff. But the fear is crazy, because this is all about the doubt. As long as you have this much of anxiety, it's still about the doubt. it's crazy. It's still about the doubt. It's the doubt comes, you feel a little bit something, and you start to be anxious about that. Is this like, could it be, and what if I go there and I don't manage that? And that's the anxiety working. And I like to be that there is the me who is not broken, and that part of you becomes stronger. And then there is the anxiety brain, and the brain that still wants to drag and stuff. And it's all about the doubt. But when you go further this journey, and when the anxiety comes, you can pretty easily speak yourself out of that. You can say that, yeah, I know what you are trying to say. I know that you are trying to say this and that, and I cannot do this and that, but I'm not gonna listen to you. I'm gonna do it anyway. And that's how you will start to be stronger. And one day anxiety is not there. And this is the long process for many. And that's something that people are not wanting to hear. But here again, like I said, we all go through different kind of recovery journeys. Like some people doesn't end up this kind of journey. That's normal too. That's normal too. And that's why if we have a loved one who is going through the short recovery, or they don't experience what we did experience, they can be like, why I didn't have that and you did have that. But there I would throw you the same question about for example, the benzos. Like, not every people have the same kind of recovery even, or experience with benzos too. So we don't really know about our nervous system and brain, how it's gonna react with this drug and the caffeine is. But what I do know, that so many people have issues and have withdrawals, because I wouldn't have this channel if they wouldn't have. Yeah, like I said, I think that's still anxiety when I have those moments of disconnection. But the brain fog now is pretty much gone, which I'm really, really happy. And usually it's more like, what I think for me it's anxiety is the being tired. Because like, I'm not tired, like that way tired anymore, that I was like, I don't have fatigue anymore. My neck pain is really, really, really minimal compared what it was, because I had so much neck tension, neck pain, both sides of my necks. People always ask like, what was my neck pain like? So it felt basically all the time that I have some kind of rock here in my neck. It was really hard to me, because I felt that I was clumsy, and I was scared that I'm not able to do the stuff that I did before. I didn't feel that my body was working. I felt disconnected to my body. I want to give you a little like example how it can feel. So let's say that they put you in the box, and this is all of you who have this anxiety burnout. Some people cannot relate this experience that I'm sharing now. So okay, say this is the box that you are, and when you are in that acute phase, that very bad anxiety phase, you don't see what is out of the box. You don't see nothing. You are just in the box. You cannot see, you cannot feel, you cannot taste, you cannot hear, and you are there in the box. Then later, a little bit later in the recovery, you start to little bit see more things out of the box. You start to see, okay, I'm seeing things, but they are there. They are there. You are. It's possible for you, but still, so much anxiety that it's still hard. One point, you start to come a little bit out from the box every now and then. You start to taste the life. That's when you start to become more motivated. You start to maybe plan your own business, go back work again, study. But it's not there all the time. You still have a lot of days that you are doubting and anxiety takes all over the place. So you're gonna go back in the box every now and then. You are like, I was out, now I'm back. But then one day, and this is I think what is happening for me now, in April 18 gonna be my 4 years. And this is many who have gone this through like before me, who are ahead of me. They said that around for they really turned the big corner. Not everyone, but what I have heard who are in the same kind of journey. Like some of us are the same kind of journey. We have the same symptoms, we have the same stuff, same issues and same timeline. Different person, different parts of the world, all same kind of experience. So that state is that you are ready to speak all this and not have, like, you are not in that experience and you are going out of the box. And that is the state that gives you that freedom to do whatever you want. First, it can be like, in times it can feel that you are a little bit maniac because you are just so happy. Nobody knows what has happened to you. Nobody outside knows how it feels to feel that freedom that you haven't felt in years. And for me, never in addiction. So it can feel that you want to stand all over the place in YouTube and you want to do a bunch of stuff because you just do them because you can. You do stuff because you fucking can. Like so many times I have heard like people who are in this recovery journey, they say, but Anni, I just can't because my brain doesn't let me. I just can't do things. My brain doesn't let me. I'm so disconnected. And that's why I'm not worried about any of you. I'm not. I know that we're gonna heal in time. And however that will look, you will just see that. And you who are coming like after me, you will see that too. Even you are doubting now, even in 2 or 3 years, you still have anxiety and doubt, but you will see. And yeah, world is open to you. Only thing that you have to do is just keep sober, and that I know that you will. Yes, that's great. I have to hop off. I will watch the last. Yes, thank you, Chris. Yes, see you. So I hope this did help you. If you have any other questions, you can come to the chat. And I think many people, if you have been in addiction and you have been, for example, you have been doing some kind of work that you didn't really like, or you have been having a lot of trauma, like I said, or other things, that bettering your life, what I was speaking, means that you start to choose healthier things. Because not that you have to, or it's some kind of like, this is I need to live. It's something that I think it comes naturally for human beings. It comes naturally that you will eat food when you are hungry. Then you want to do some kind of movement with your body. And that's different for everyone. Not everyone are like exercise junkies. Don't have to be. But maybe you want to just stretch a little bit, or maybe you want to just do something and you are not burning yourself out anymore because your body is giving so much signs when you need to rest. It's natural. In our society now, people are like going like some crazy clones. They are like some robots, or it's not even normal. It's normal to be tired when you need sleep. Body tells you. That's also like when you are drug free, your energy is more, you are more energy wise. You know how much energy you have to spend, and then when you have that really good deep sleep and REM sleep, your body recovers and it cycles that adenosine that will build up through the day, and you are ready to new day. But I'm really happy to see you all here and just like hear about you, and yeah, this gives me a lot of motivation. But just keep that in mind that I also now do more lives in Finnish, all kind of lives. I have courage to speak with my own language, and that's of course is important to me. So there will be more me doing life just in Finnish, because so long in this journey I just was scared about these naysayers and that I will be judged by what I share. But now I don't have that fear. Of course, I cannot say I'm a human being. If that's why I hope that we all would be kind of each other and remember all the experiences are important, and we wouldn't say the bad words to anyone, because that's important to me, to not say the bad things, and like always being kind. But the reason why I a little bit harshly way bring this information, it's just my own style. Some people doesn't like my style, that it's they say that, Anni, you are so harsh, why you have to be so harsh. Yeah, it's part of me. It's part of me, but like it's not that I'm not gonna be ever harsh to anyone person. Many of we do. We just share information. So nothing in the chat. Look that there is 7 viewers. Hope that my mic did work. This was a good live. There is Chris. Yes, I agree with you 100%. Yay! Thank you. Happy to hear. So I really hope that you have amazing Friday there, and keep on going, and we will